Both of these equations are already in slope-intercept form, so I don't have to do any rearranging. The top equation, which I'm highlighting in yellow, that one is going to be a diagonal line. And what I want to do first is graph the y-intercept, which is at 2. And then the slope is -3. And if it makes you feel better to put the 1 there so you can see the rise and the run, that would be just fine. So I'm going to go down 3 and right 1. And I'm going to keep doing that until I run out of space. And I actually have enough space to go up 3 and left 1. And I'm going to do that just because when I draw in my other line, I want to see exactly where they cross. And I don't know exactly where that's going to be just yet. Now there's two things we have to pay attention to. This one is going to have a solid line because I have an inequality with the bar underneath. So when I connect the dots, it's going to be a solid line like this. And then I also have to be worried about shading. So I'm going to shade this one with yellow, and because I have a less than sign, I'm going to be shading under the line. And this is kind of silly, but what I think about is if I was walking on this line like it was a hill, I would have to be on this side of the line right here. This would be me. And so whatever side of the line you'd have to walk on is above the line. So if I want to shade below the line, that would actually be everything over here. So that's my first line. Now I have to graph my second line and see where they overlap, and that is actually going to be my solution. So I'm going to erase my little stick person here. Okay, so the second line, which I'm going to highlight here in blue, this is just a plain horizontal line. It doesn't have x. So I'm going to go to the y-axis, and I'm going to go to the y-axis at 2, which you can already see where they're going to overlap, or where the two lines are going to cross anyway. If you look at the sign, it also has the bar underneath. So that means when I draw my line, it should be solid. And then this one I feel like is pretty easy to see. My sign is greater than, so I'm going to be shading above the line. And again, you could think about like a little stick person here. That person would be standing above the line. So when I do my shading, I'm shading everything that's above the pink line. And then you can see how a section turned green where the blue and the yellow overlapped. So the part that's green is actually my solution. So we're not going to get an answer like we did with equations where like you get an actual ordered pair. Our solution is a region. And what that region represents is if I take any point from this section. So let's say, for example, that I choose this point right here. That's the point -2, 3. If I take that point and I plug it in for my x's and y's in my original problem, it will make both of those inequalities true. So any point that you pick in that green section will be true if you plug it into the original problem. So that's why we can't write it out as like one answer, because it's actually like infinitely many answers. We couldn't possibly write them all out.